Hey, what's tall, practical, and is going through a mid-cycle refresh? The Subaru Outback. It thinks it's an SUV, but you're a raised wagon, buddy. This Outback is part of the 6th generation introduced in 2020 and receives minor changes to the exterior with revised wheel arches and front styling on all but the wilderness trim. These new changes give the Outback a more aggressive look, and I personally like it. There's over 8.5 inches of ground clearance for adventuring and standard raised roof rails for latching baskets, bikes, canoes, or whatever you feel like hauling on top. If you're more inclined to stow inside, opening the rear hatch of this so-called SUV will show a generous 32.6 cubic feet of cargo room with bag hooks, cargo tie-downs, and storage nets. Pull these levers to drop the second row seats to yield a respectable 75.6 cubic feet of space. Materials inside the cabin are actually really pleasant. The armrest is soft, and I really like the color with the contrast stitching. And you even get some cubby space for small items like right here. You can even put the passenger's phone right here. And you get a raised little rubber bit for the cup holders. And I gotta say, this steering wheel column has a really good range of motion for taller people or for shorter people. And the seats, not only do they look good, but they're actually really comfortable, and you can get into a comfortable position relatively easy. All right. I appreciate the not too tall nor short ride height for ingress and egress, and the second row space. The seats have some recline, and thanks to the large windows, it feels airy and open. In the second row, I have a decent amount of space. Being 6'4", sitting behind my ideal seating position, I still have plenty of knee room and loads of headroom. And it's relatively comfortable and has a decent recline on it as well. And you even get soft armrests. But what I don't like is that on the base trim, you don't get rear seat vents. You gotta step up to the next trim level. Not cool, Subaru. What about the babies? The babies! That base trim comes with a dual 7-inch touchscreen setup standard. However, any trim above it gets this 11.6-inch screen with upgraded software. There are volume and tuning knobs, but some HVAC controls beyond the hotter and colder buttons are integrated into the screen. The large screen works great, and you'll notice that they've updated the system, so it's a few changes in there. And I gotta say, it's easy to operate, but one thing is, this reverse camera is so low resolution, it's almost laughable. And also, the location of these USB ports. You probably have to put your shifter in the drive before plugging something in, because it's not really too easy. If you got big, massive hands like me, you can't just shove it in there. I need space. I'm a big guy, I need all the space. Apart from complaining about some minor details, let's focus on some major details, like driving this thing. The Outback does a great job combining practicality with pleasant road manners. What makes the Outback so enjoyable is its ease of use. It's easy to see out of, the ride is compliant, and the cabin is quiet. The Outback has composed handling, which is great for daily driving, and is reasonably easy to navigate in tight spots thanks to a small turning circle. There's 2 engine choices available, a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated Boxer 4-cylinder engine making 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque, or a turbocharged 2.4-liter engine making 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. That more powerful engine is available on higher trim levels and is denoted by an XT badge on the rear. Sadly, the Outback we're testing doesn't have that engine. Right now I'm driving a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine, and yeah, it does take a little bit of time to get up to speed, but if you need more power, just go to the 2.4-liter turbo. And the engines are mounted so low, that means it's good for turning. It has a low center of gravity, so it makes turning really fun. See, look, that's fun. What also helps with keeping that fun alive is Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system and X mode, which both come standard. Oh yeah, and I bet you want to see this on some dirt, but thanks to California rain, the dirt looks like that, so yeah, there won't be any X moding today. But something that may kill your fun has 3 letters, CVT. CVT, the only transmission offered on the Outback. Yes, the dreaded CVT. You'll hear that droning noise a lot, especially in this naturally aspirated engine. But you do have paddle shifters, so if you want to, go to your own gears, you can do that and have a little bit of fun, but how much fun is it? Fuel economy for the naturally aspirated engine is rated at 26 in the city and 32 on the highway and can tow up to 2,700 pounds, while the turbocharged mill gets 22 in the city and 29 on the highway and can tow up to 3,500 pounds. Noting the Wilderness trim only gets the turbo 4-cylinder engine and will get lower fuel economy numbers thanks to its all-terrain tires and sharper throttle response. Pricing for a base Outback starts at just under 29 grand plus destination and includes the standard features mentioned earlier, LED headlights and fog lights, 17-inch wheels, keyless entry, 8 cup holders, and Subaru's improved EyeSight driver assist technology, which includes pre-collision throttle management and braking, automatic emergency steering, lane keep assist, and adaptive cruise control. If you want blind spot detection, you gotta move up the trim ladder. Subaru does a great job with their safety tech, and for this refresh, they've upgraded their EyeSight camera system. So you know what that means? That means we get to test that out with drifting into the left lane with jazz hands. Yeah, it puts me right back in the center of the lane. It's not too grabby, it's real subtle, it's real pleasant. Keep in mind, some of the safety systems can tend to be a bit sensitive and beep a lot. Like when you're cruising and the Outback thinks your hand isn't on the steering wheel, or when you're looking out the window too long, or being nice and not tailing the person leaving the light that's in front of you, or just staring at your colorful workout shoes. You'll get all the beeps. Apart from the base model, the Outback has 5 other trim levels. Move through the ranks to gain side mirrors with integrated turn signals, 18-inch wheels, leather seating with heated and ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel, that large 11.6-inch infotainment screen, dual-zone climate control, and a sunroof. If you're considering trading in your old Outback to get this refreshed model, go over to kbb.com and get your car's value so you can trade it in. Click the link above for more details. If you're in need of a 5-passenger SUV, other options to consider include the Honda Passport, Chevy Blazer, Hyundai Santa Fe, and Mazda CX-50. Hey, some people need something more capable than your average sedan. So, with its ground clearance, symmetrical all-wheel drive, easy road manners, and practicality, I can see why this raised wagon is so popular.
It's an SUV!
It's a raised wagon and you know it.
Yeah, okay, it's a wagon.
So let's test it out going into this left turn with jazz hands. Oh no, it didn't do it. Let off the wheel, let's see if it doesn't adjust. What? Right turn. No, damn it. Okay.